Hi, welcome to Gray Zone Therapy. My name is Marcus. You might remember me from such therapy videos as, "We just talked about this," and "No, not like that." In a previous video, I spoke about 3 main reasons why therapy doesn't work for some people. Those were not listening to the therapist, disagreeing with the therapist and sidetracking, so the session gets spent on something other than the actual problem, and not doing the work. So this video is aimed at possibly giving some more information on how to make therapy work for you. Now that we've identified some of the problems, what do we do with it? Let's do something with it. So starting with not listening to the therapist. Remember that you came to the therapist specifically because they have training and education. They are the ones who spent years going to school to learn about these things. They are the ones who have specific training in dealing with making changes in psychology. Remember, we're also using psychology to try and change psychology. That can be different because it's a lens through which we view things. This brings me to number 2, disagreeing or sidetracking. The therapist is naturally going to have a lot of information that disagrees with a way of thinking or a value system. And if we spend that time disagreeing or sidetracking the therapist, often what's happening is we're trying to understand why. However, what ends up happening is often we argue or disagree and we'll say, well, yes, but, and we'll present why we think the therapist is wrong, which is a bit ironic since we sought them out specifically for their knowledge, training, and expertise. What we want to do is think of it more as me and the therapist are working together, and the problem is I don't understand something, or the problem is my anxiety, or the problem is I have difficulty connecting with other people. Then the therapist and I can work together on it. And that brings me to number 3, doing the work. CBT is often sought after as a means of addressing my problems. CBT is well research supported, which is why it's often recommended as the method of choice. However, in a previous video, I also mentioned that the things that make CBT good are also the things that people often do not want to do. There's a lot of work that goes into preparation steps. And in order for it to be effective, we have to do all of the steps. The work that we do in CBT provides that strong foundation, so we need to do the work. Even if we don't enjoy it, it's kind of like going to the gym. Yes, we might be out of breath and we might be sore and we might not like the experience. However, if we want to lose weight, or if we want to increase our tone, or if we want to increase our cardio, we have to do the work. There's no 2 ways around it. So in order for therapy to be helpful and to be beneficial, we need to listen to what the therapist is saying. We need to set aside our own preconceptions, remembering that we made the good choice to come see a therapist, so we can trust ourselves. And trusting the therapist is a version of trusting ourselves. We're trusting our own judgment that this person can help us. We also need to do a little bit less sidetracking and disagreeing so that the therapist can do the job that we are paying them to do, rather than spending their time answering our questions. And then number 3, do the work. Whatever the work is, do the work. And I'm going to add on a sub-bit here. Have to have a reasonable expectation. Again, with the gym analogy, if you go to the gym and expect to lose 50 pounds in a week or a month, that's an unreasonable expectation, and you will be the one who's disappointed. People don't lose 50 pounds in a month. This is not a TV show. So it takes time. It takes time for your psychology to change, just like it will take time for your body to change at the gym. We don't see the results right away. We see them down the road, but we have to do the work every time consistently in order to get the results that we want. Thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time.